Shall we start? Right, today we are going to discuss the most important function of human resource management. The central function of human resource management. We are going to discuss the heart of HR. The heart of HR is employee selection. So this is the very reason for many organizations to establish a separate department for HR. Understand? It highlights the importance of selection. If you make a mistake at the time of selection, if you make a mistake at the time of selection, you have to face it direct and consequence. The quality of human resources available in any organization heavily depends on the successful performance of selection function. Understand? So if you make a mistake at the time of selection, many other functions fail. The success of many other functions, especially success of hiring. So soon after the function selection, so we can perform the function of hiring. The success of hiring, success of induction, so success of training and development, everything goes wrong if you make a mistake at the time of selection. It is so important. Understand? There are several learning outcomes of this session. So relatively, this is a big session. So we have to spend nearly 2 days on this session. First of all, you should understand the meaning of selection. What do you mean by selection? Selection is employee selection. We have to have at least one definition. So then you should understand the importance of selection. What is the importance of selection? What is the significance of selection? If you can understand the objectives of selection, you will be able to understand the importance of selection. Besides that, if you can understand the negative consequence of wrong selection, so if you can understand negative consequence of wrong selection, you can understand the importance of selection, how important it is. Okay. So we are going to talk about the significance. We now discuss the significance. We are going to discuss the three main objectives of selection. Right. There are three objectives of selection. We will discuss these things. Out of these three objectives, two objectives are directly related to the objectives of human resource management. So there are many methods of selection. There are new methods, old method, wide use method, sophisticated method of selection. We are going to discuss some of the widely used method of selection. Then, so selection is a process. There are several steps to be followed. So we are going to discuss the typical selection process. We have discussed many processes. We discussed in job analysis, we discussed job analysis process. In the human planning, we discussed the process of human planning. Recruitment, so we discussed the process of recruitment. So there are definite number of steps in each process. But unlike other processes, the number of steps in the process of selection may vary depending on the type of employees we need. But we are not going to use the same number of steps. We are not going to follow the same number of steps in order to select different categories of employees. For example, in order to select candidate for the post of management training, employment test plus 2 or 3 rounds of interviews are good. Right? We have to conduct a test, employment test plus 2 or 3 rounds of interview. In order to select a laborer, are we supposed to conduct employment test? Is it required? No. So is it required to conduct 3 rounds of interviews to select a laborer? So that we can skip some of these steps. So depending on the type of the interview, so that the same number of steps are covered. Understand? Right. So these are the things that we are going to discuss. So in selection. So besides that, there are some more things I am going to discuss which are not in. So your lecture note too, because this session is very, very important. Okay. So let's start our discussion. What do you mean by selection? What do you mean by selection? Employee selection. So before performing employee selection, so there are some prerequisites. If you have not performed some of the functions, you can't perform selection function. Especially, you must have performed recruitment function. If you have not performed recruitment, so you can't perform selection. Understand? So it is a must. So recruitment gives some inputs. So we discuss the function of recruitment. What is recruitment? What is recruitment? It is part and parcel. So function to perform selection. What is recruitment? What happens in recruitment? Yes. Yes, attract suitable. So employee, candidate, no? Right. So recruitment is finding and attracting suitably qualified applicants for the jobs which are vacant. If there is a vacancy or vacancy, you have to fill these vacancies. In order to fill, you have to hire. In order to hire, so you should select. You should select. So most suitable applicant, suitably qualified applicant. In order to select, there should have pool of applicant. Understand? So there should be a pool of applicants. In order to select, if you have not pool of applicants, how can you select? So you should have created a pool of applicants from which we can select. So recruitment is a function that creates that pool of applicants. That pool of applicants should consist of suitably qualified applicants, not low qualified applicants, not underqualified applicants. By mistake, we might attract qualified applicant to underqualified applicant, but we have to make an effort to increase the number of suitably qualified applicants. Understand? So if you have attracted overqualified applicant to underqualified applicant, there is a possibility of selecting them. So there are many negative consequences if you select overqualified applicant to underqualified applicant. Understand? So that you are going to create a large number of you are going to create a large number of suitably qualified applicants. So larger the better. Right? So that recruitment function is considered as a positive function. Right? The more the better. Right? So in selection, what happens is we are going to make a choice. We are going to make a choice of the most appropriate applicant to applicant. Understand? So we are going to make a choice of the most appropriate applicant to applicant. It is all about determining or deciding the most appropriate applicant for applicant. If there is one vacancy, the applicant. There are many applicants. Okay. So it's a process of making the choice of the most appropriate applicant for applicant. So by performing selection function professionally, an assignment is made to determine the most appropriate applicant, not the most qualified applicant. Your focus should be on most appropriate, not the most qualified. So there is the difference between most appropriate and most qualified. Sometimes most qualified applicant will be the most appropriate, or sometimes most qualified applicant will not be the most appropriate. So what is the difference between most qualified and most appropriate? What is the difference between these two? So your focus is to determine the most appropriate applicant, not the most qualified, because sometimes most qualified applicant will not be the most appropriate. Sometimes will be. So what is the difference between these two? So the most qualified applicant. You should focus not the most qualifications, but the most, the highest, so what is called capacity, capability. Focus on highest capability, not the most or highest qualification. What is the difference between most appropriate and most qualified? So the most qualified applicant. Academically, who has shown the highest qualification. Yes, including academic. So not only academic, so sometimes even professional, right? So that's what the highest professional qualification. One has the highest academic qualification. Not only academically and professionally, it's all about experience. In terms of experience, let's put the highest experience, list of experience, and the other so the skills. Right. So most qualified applicant is the applicant who has got the highest qualification. Highest qualification. Academic qualification, professional qualification, special training received, so length of service, etc. Most appropriate applicant, who the most appropriate applicant? Who the most appropriate? Most appropriate applicant is the applicant who has got the required key qualities and qualification. Required key qualities. What is the required level of academic qualification? What is the required level of professional qualification? What is the required level of experience required? Understand? So you should focus not the most qualified, but the most so who has got the required qualification qualification. Understand? Suppose that there is a particular vacancy for the post of management assistant in a particular organization. And an assistant means a clerical job. It is the earlier label is clerk and an assistant, right? The required academic qualification is 3 passes in GCA level. 3 passes. That's the required academic qualification. Okay. So suppose that we consider only the academic qualification to select applicant for that particular course, right? There are 2 applicants who have applied. There are 2 applicants. So we have to take one of them. Applicant A, applicant has got a degree in business administration with the first class grade pass. Applicant A. Applicant B, he has got 3 passes with 3 credits in commerce stream in A level. 3 passes, 3 credits in A level. So what is your choice? Employee A, so the applicant A or B? We consider only academic qualification. What is your choice? A. So A has got a degree with the first class grade pass. Your choice is A. Right. Hands up those who say that applicant A, your choice is A. No one, we don't put one. Right. Hands up those who say applicant B. Applicant B. Right. So answer is applicant B. Why is it? Why not A? You can answer this. A has got a degree in business administration with the first class grade pass. Do you think that when he is selected higher and higher, will he expel the organization? No. Easily he can find a job, some managerial position. Right? He may say that he may come and do, but what happens? Once he is selected and hired and start work. So do you think that he may be happy to work? No. Easily he may frustrated. He or she may have an expectation to start the job. So he may expect some competitive pay package, quick promotions, better working conditions, rich benefits, many things. Once he comes and start and work, so he may face to a reality shock. There is a big gap between what he expected and what he get. Then he easily get frustrated. If he is frustrated, do you think that he is happy? No, he is not happy. Do you think that unhappy people will give their will give the maximum individual contribution? No, not bigger maximum contribution. In the long run, if their expectations are not met for the organization, so they will use the organization too. So we have to try and organization. Understand? You can see that it is unfair to take capital gain because he has become more than required. So we have to look at from the perspective within an organization case, not from the individual. Understand? So then how about applicant B? He has put the required academic qualification, required level is yes, so 3 passes to the end work. Right? He has put 3 passes to the credit. Understand? Most of it is the most of it like in terms of education. Understand? So that in selection, what happened is so we have to decide the most appropriate applicant rather than most qualified. Understand? We have to focus the one who has got the highest capacity to generate expected performance, highest capacity, highest capability, not the highest qualification. Understand? Right. So that we can define the term. So selection as a process. It is the process of making the choice of the most appropriate person or appropriate applicant from the pool of applicants recruited to fill the relevant job vacancy. This is how we define. Understand? Right, to put it another way, so it is the process of deciding the most appropriate person or applicant to fill the vacancy from the pool of job applicant. Understand? Right. So in selection, in selection what happens is, so we are going to decide to determine the most appropriate applicant from the pool of applicant by using several methods of selection. Okay, there are many methods of selection. We can use one or two or three combination method. So when we are going to select, we have to reject some of the applicants, inappropriate applicants. So we have to reject. So inappropriate applicant, we have to select. So appropriate applicant. So normally, generally, the number of applicants who are rejected are greater than the number of applicants who are selected. Few are selected, many are rejected. Understand? The number of applicants who are selected are smaller than the number of applicants who are rejected. So that this function is considered as a negative function, deletion function. Understand? Recruitment is a positive function because the more the better. We are going to attract more and more suitable applicants. So that is why it is called positive function. Understand? But selection is a negative function because so we are going to reject more and more applicants in order to select few applicants. The number of applicants who are selected are smaller than the number of applicants who are so rejected. Understand? So that it is considered as a deletion function. Deletion function. Okay, now it is considered as negative function. Okay. Is that clear? Right. So selection is so important, so significant because there are three objectives of selection. There are three basic objectives of selection. So if you can understand these objectives, you can understand the importance of selection because out of these three objectives, two objectives are directly related with the objectives of HR. So you can achieve the objectives of HR by performing selection function. Okay. So the first objective is to get the right person to the right job at the right time. Get the right person to the right job at the right time. What is the right person? Most appropriate, not the most qualified, most appropriate applicant that who has got the required key qualifications to the required level. Okay. So for the right job, what is my right job? Right person to right job. Yes, so there should have fit between the job and the person. There should have fit between. So the person should be matched with the job, then job should be matched with the person at the right time when they are required. The second objective is to create an image, to create and maintain image as a good employer, to establish and maintain an image as a good employer. What is this? So selection is a very good opportunity for the organization to establish or create an image as a good employer. Everybody wants to create an image as a good employer. Everybody wants to run good image. Everybody wants to so create a great place to work. Understand? Everybody wants to run the recognition, reputation. In case of person, you don't want to create an image as a good person, good employee. Everybody wants. We want to run good way. We are very happy to hear end of fun. So we are happy when others appreciate us, recognize us. That is so inherent desires of human beings. Understand? Everybody wants to be appreciated by others, recognized by others, how by others. So that is natural. The person. So likewise, almost all the employees wants to be recognized as a good employee. So they want to consider them as a great place to work. It is natural. So selection is a very good chance for them to create that image. So how? Rather than so establishing, if you do not perform selection function professionally, properly, efficiently, effectively, so you are losing your image. That is what happens. So that helps you to maintain. How? Tell me, how can you create? How can you establish and maintain an image as a good employer by performing selection function?
Having appropriate persons in each role.
Okay.
And you can do better performance.
Yes, one thing is that if you select and hire, so most appropriate person, so he will be able to perform well as expected. So that it helps to create a good image. That is one of the aspects. So what happens in selection is, I told you that in selection, so you have to, in order to select you have to reject more. More applicants are rejected, few applicants are selected. So what will happen to these rejected applicants? Sometimes you have to reject over 45 applicants. What will happen if they develop some grudge with you? They may think that I had got more than required, but I was rejected. Understand? So you are playing nepotism. You are playing favoritism. Right? So you are not genuine, you are not professional. You select what you want, you just call the application and you select what you want. Right? So they may develop something like this. These rejected applicants may be your present consumer. Don't you think? These rejected applicants may be your future consumer. These rejected applicants may be your present supplier. These rejected applicants may be your future supplier. These rejected applicants may be your stakeholders. Understand? Future stakeholders. The worst case is this. What will happen if these rejected applicants who have developed some rights, so have found some jobs in some other organization that you have to deal with? These rejected applicants, suppose that these rejected applicants have found some job. Do you think that these rejected applicants will not find a job in any other organization? No, they may find. Right? They will try to find some other. What happens if they find some jobs in some other organization that you have to deal with? For example, some of these applicants have found some jobs in customs, and now they are working as a customer officer. They have go to customs for business purposes. Now they have understood this theory. Applicants. Right. Sometimes they may very agree. Understand? So what happens if some of these applicants have some jobs in the inner revenue? You have to go for tax purposes. So they will some of them have found some jobs in divisional secretary. They have issued some license. Now you have to go for license. Understand? There will be possibility. Right? So that understand. So you have to do this. So function professionally. You have to do this function because you have to really focus on that. Right? So these. So there is a possibility of there will be some baggage issues. Right? So that on the point of public relations. So you is very inform not only to the selected candidate but also rejected candidates with regard to the rejection. So we need to inform you that you are rejected not because you do not have qualification, but your qualifications do not match with the requirement. We hope that you may apply again for the competitive day time to come. We won't wish you all the best. Understand? That is great. Otherwise, every day we will some guidance. Just one word. Understand? Right. So, yeah, but you can maintain your image as a good employee. They think that you are perfect and you are good. Our image is very, very important. So that. So to establish and maintain an image as a good employer, so we have to perform selection function professionally, properly, efficiently, effectively. Finally, to perform selection process cost effective as possible. Selection incurs a cost. It depends on the type of or the method of selection we use. There are some methods. I mean, say on the normal time not used because of the cost. Assessment center is the so highly effective method of selection assessment center. Assessment center is not a typical base, it is a program. So it has the highest validity of selection. But many only not using it because cost. So normally it costs maybe 100,000 to applicants. Right? You see, for program, we will start that later. Right? So that one of the objective of selection is to perform selection process as cost effective as possible. Understand? So we are not going to keep the cost that way, right? But we have to avoid the opposite. For example, if 2 rounds of interviews are quite enough to select candidate for the post of management training. 2 rounds of interviews are enough. Conducting 3 rounds of interviews may be overcosting. Understand? So we have to avoid that type of question. Understand? Right. Okay. So these are the objectives of selection. Is that clear? Is that clear? So out of these 3 objectives, 2 objectives are directly related with the objectives of human resource management. What are these 2 objectives that are directly related with the objectives of HR? Out of these 3, 2 objectives are directly related. What are they? First one then? First one then? Second? First one, second. No, all are correct, but directly correct. First one and the third one. First objective is carrying. What is the first objective is carrying? Just to procure right people at the right time for the right job. So same method of first objective selection. And another objective of carrying is to so control employment cost. Right. So that third one helps to achieve that objective. So second one indirectly help to achieve one of the objective, retaining most that will be there. Understand? We are going to discuss the class. Hello, online participants. Do you hear what we discussed? Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you. If there is anything to ask, so do not hesitate. Okay. Right. So before discussing the significance, I want to let you know that there are 4 possible outcomes of a selection decision. At the time of selection, what do? You take a decision. There are 2 decisions that you can take at the time of selection. What are these 2? You can take a decision to select a particular applicant, or you can take a decision to reject a particular. These are the 2. There are 2 decisions. Associated with these 2 decisions, there are 4 possible outcomes. So whatever the reason you take, there are 4 possible outcomes of a selection decision. So these things are not in your handout, but I want to discuss, and this is important. So first decision is true positive. Better if you can take it down. True positive outcome. Your decision will be true positive. Possible outcome. So title is possible outcomes. Possible outcomes of a selection decision.
Excuse me, sir.
Possible outcomes of a selection decision. To take the decision. Selection, there are possible outcomes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
can you
How can I
please?
help you?
Yeah,
Huh?
can you please adjust the camera, sir? We cannot see the board.
Okay. Is it okay?
No, sir.
No? Anybody who can help me? Get the camera so that they can see the boards. See the camera? You are- Is it okay now?
Uh, if you can make it like bit upside.
Yes. Okay, just fix.
Now it's okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, no?
Thank you,
sir. Okay. Right. So this is one of the outcomes of a selection decision. True positive. What do you mean by true positive? True positive means selecting the right person, selecting the right candidate. So at the time of selection, you take decisions based on some assumptions. What are the assumptions? You make decisions based on some assumptions. Right? You take a decision to select a particular applicant, thinking that if selected higher, so he or she will be able to perform well. So that you take a decision. Of course, you are correct. If selected higher, he or she will be able to deliver expected performance. So that tell me whether your decision is a correct decision or wrong decision. Correct decision. Your decision is a right decision. So that true positive means correct decision, right decision. This is the type of decision that you have to take. By performing selection professionally, properly, so you have to take this type of decision. True positive is a good decision. Okay, selecting the right person. Always you have to make an effort to get the right person, right? Then the second one is true negative. True negative. This is another outcome. This is another outcome. True negative. So can anybody tell me the meaning of true negative? First one is selecting the right person. Second one, true negative. True negative. True negative means rejecting the wrong person. Rejecting the wrong person. At the time of selection, you take the decision to select a person. So you take the decision to reject a particular applicant, assuming that if he or she is selected higher, he or she will not be able to perform well. So let me take a decision to reject. Of course, if selected higher, he or she will not be able to perform well. Is it a good decision or bad decision? Right decision or wrong decision? Right decision, good decision. These are type of decisions that you take. So this is also good decision, right? By performing selection function professionally, properly, efficiently, effectively. So you have to reject wrong applicant. Right? Do not select wrong applicant. There are many negative consequences. Understand? Right. So this is a good decision. Right. The third one is third outcome is false positive. False positive. Can anyone tell me the meaning of false positive? Your decision will be false. So false positive. What do you call false positive? Yes. Now you can guess. What is it? Huh? Yes, selecting a selecting a wrong person. Selecting one, that also could be possible. So at the time of selection, you take the decision to select a particular applicant, assuming that he or she will be able to perform well. But if selected, if he or she is selected, he or she will not be able to perform well. Is your decision a good decision? No, it's not a good decision. It's a wrong decision. Do not take this type of decision. It's wrong. Right? False positive. Right. So last one, there's another outcome. Can anybody tell me the last outcome? Can you guess? False? False negative. False negative. False negative. Right. So your decision may be false negative. What is the false negative? False negative? What is the meaning of false negative? Rejecting a? Rejecting a right person. Rejecting right person. Is it a good decision? Rejecting a right person? No, it is not a good decision. You don't reject right person. Understand? So at the time of selection, you take a decision to reject a particular applicant, assuming that so he or she will not be able to perform well if selected and hired. But you are wrong. If selected and hired, he or she could have performed well. He or she could have performed, you have rejected. So you have made a mistake. Understand? Right. So you are wrong. So that out of these four decisions, two decisions are good decisions, two decisions are wrong decisions. What are the good decisions? True positive and true negative. What are the wrong decisions? False positive and false negative. Right? False positive and false negative are bad decisions, wrong decisions. Do not take this type of decisions, but take this type of decisions in selection. Normally, so false positive and false negative, both incurs a cost. Both decisions incurs a cost. Right? False positive incurs the cost, false negative also incurs the cost. But which one costs more than the other? Which one costs more than the other? True positive or false positive or false negative? Both cost. Which one costs more than the other? False, false positive. The cost associated with false positive decision are greater than the cost associated with false negative. Understand? Right. There are many negative consequences of so taking a false positive decision. False positive decision. That means selecting and hiring the wrong person. Right? The cost associated with selecting a wrong person is greater than the cost associated with rejecting a right person. Understand? Right. So what are the negative consequences? What are the negative consequences of so selecting a wrong person? What are negative consequences? We may not find the person, person to the job who has got the required levels of qualities and qualifications. Okay, so that he or she will not be able to perform well because he is lacking the key required key qualities and qualification. He or she will not be able to perform well. So that expected performance cannot be gained as long as the wrong person is working for the organization. Do you think that he will be able to generate expected performance? No, as long as he is working for the organization, expected performance cannot be gained. Understand? So these are disadvantages. Being negative. Okay, what are the others?
Cost of training.
Cost of training. Cost of training is high. Cost of training is high. You have to incur huge cost on training because person is wrong. You have to make it correct. Sometimes the cost incurred on training and induction go wrong. So because you can't recover, you have trained the wrong person. You have inducted one person. So you can't teach that. Right? So cost of induction for training to go in vain, sometimes you have to incur a huge cost on induction and training because the person is wrong. You have to make it correct. Okay. But
These practice skills, it will be very practical to be complete the specific task.
yes, he or she will not be efficient and effective, right? Efficiency and effectiveness, right? So less, but he will not be able to perform tasks with the responsibility, efficient and effective. There will be a huge waste in terms of time and the other resources. Like wastage is increased. Wastage is increased. What else? There are some more.
Rest of the stuff will be motivated.
Huh?
Rest of the stuff.
Yes, rest of the staff, what will happen to motivation of the other members of the organization? They will demotivate definitely. Because you have selected high around work. He is not good, his performance are not up to their expectation. But we are doing. Understand? So that definitely they will demotivate. Right. What else? What else? Coordinating of activities. Coordinating. So how does it happen? Yes. Yes. So there will be impact on the work of the other. Right. There will be so impact on the other. So the activities performed by the other accounts will be impaired. Right. What else? What else? There are some more. If the person is wrong in terms of attitudes, what will happen? Yes, definitely it will affect the culture of the organization. So if the person is wrong in terms of attitude, suppose that he is having negative attitude, wrong attitude, pessimistic views, right? What will happen to the attitudes of existing employees, current employees? Also damage in there. Understand? Because attitudes are contagious coming together. Understand? This like fever. That you can avoid them. And so that so they will come to the attitudes of right employees. Right. What happens if you are going to eliminate the particular employee? What will happen? Can you fire them as you hire? You can't fire the employees as you hire them. If you take so firing decision, so there will be some grievances. Grievances may occur. Right? So then we have grievances. So then what will happen with compensation? So you have to take compensation. So if the person is wrong one day, you have to replace the employee. You have to replace the employee. So if you take a reason to replace the employee, what will it cost? You have to start function from the beginning. So again recruitment, again selection, again hiring, again induction, training and development. Understand? Right. So there are many negative consequences. Right. So that we can say that selection is so important. Right, not include. So this is not text exhaustive. Expected job performance does not occur as long as the wrong person is working with the organization. A loss of appropriate expected control that could have been acquired by selecting the right person. So that is a loss. So if you have selected and hired the right person, you could have gained the expected performance. Now it is a loss, right? Because you have not done it. So cost incurred induction and training of the wrong employee go in vain. So possibility of occurring losses and costs. So there will be possibility of occurring losses and costs. How? If the person is incapable, lack of so competencies, so he will not be able to so handle equipment, apparatus, utensils, paraphernalia, etc. So on the other hand, if he is having a wrong attitude of wearing safety measures, safety gears, so there will be some accidents, right? So there will be damage to their properties, right? And the other things. So cost of grievance handling arises from an elimination decision. If you take a decision to fire the employee, definitely grievance may arise. So you have to redress it. So additional cost in procuring new right employee and possibility of harming total some existing employees. Right. So there will be damage to the goodwill of the organization too. Understand? So if he is wrong in terms of so giving public decision. Understand? So that there will be damage to the image of the organization. So these are the negative consequences of fraud selection. So now you can understand how informed it is. How informed selection. So in order to avoid these negative consequences, you have to take the right decision. Understand? Besides that, you understand the objectives of selection. So if you take all these things, so you can do that. So selection is only for right. Make the business of our business. Understand? So that is considered as the central function of HR. Okay, so is that clear? Are you comfortable? Are you with me? Our online participants. Is that clear? We discussed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we discussed the negative consequences of wrong selection. If you make a mistake at the time of selection, you have to face to these negative consequences. If you go through these negative consequences, you can understand how important the selection function is. Okay, right. If it is clear, so we will discuss some inputs of selection. If you want to do selection professionally, properly, efficiently, effectively, you have to have some inputs. Right. So these inputs are prerequisites. Without these inputs, you will not be able to do selection. You can do selection, but it is not professional, it is not efficient, it is not effective, it is not successful. So there are 4 types of inputs. There are 4 types of inputs. So the first one is job analysis information. Job analysis information is one of the important inputs you have to have. So if you do not have job analysis inputs, so you can't do selection professionally, properly. Efficiently. So it doesn't mean that you can't do it, you can do it, but it's not professional. It's not proper, it is not successful. So what do you mean by job analysis information? What do you mean by job analysis information? Especially there are 2 documents. So you have prepared the job analysis. What are these 2 documents? Yeah. Yeah, ADs and ADs and JAs. So what do you mean by JD? Job description. What do you mean by job description? Job description is a document that describes the job. So job description is a profile of job characteristics. What are the tasks, what are the duties, what are the responsibilities? So what are the working conditions, what are the tools, techniques utilized, etc. What do you mean by job specification? What is job specification? These 2 documents are the most important documents in human resource management information system. Yes. It is a profile of your order characteristic. So it specifies or summarizes so key qualities and qualifications an ideal job holder should have. What is the academic qualification required? What is the professional qualification required? What are the other so key competencies one should have in order to perform job as expected. Right. So how do JDs and JAs help to perform selection functions? Yes. Tell me how. JDs and JAs are inputs. How do JDs and JAs help to do selection? Yes. Yes. Right, department. Problems on the lecture all the time. Maybe tired, no? And then you are so because they have been, we can actually understand. That's what we would want from 50% from to inspiration, so it's very important. That is very important. Okay, so JC, you're talking about the role of JDs and JS. So how do JDs and JS help to perform selection function? Tell me. In selection. Yes, yes. So what are the inputs provided? Yes. Understand whatever the selection method you use. So maybe interview, maybe examination, or there are some others. Whatever the method you use to select, you are going to check the suitability of applicant. You are going to check the suitability, whether this particular applicant is suitable or not. In order to check the suitability, you have to have two set of information. Whatever the method you use, you are going to gather more and more information to check the suitability. Suppose that you are going to use interview method to select, check the suitability. Suppose that you are going to be one of the distinguished member of the panel of the interview. What do you do? How do you select? You are one of the member of the interview. By conducting interview, you are going to decide to determine the suitability of applicant. Then one is not. How do you check the suitability? What do you do? What happens in an interview? Yes, in the interview, you are going to gather more and more information. You have some more information by means of application. That application is right? That application no, so CTO, so the ratio, what is the name? So you have some more information. Now what you are going to do is you are going to gather some more information which are not in application, and you are going to cross check whether these information are correct or not. So that is what you are going to do. But so that what do you do? You are going to ask some questions. By asking questions, you can gather some more information. But those information are same as the information in application, same category. What are the information you gather? You gather the key qualities and qualifications applicants are having. Positive, right? Same category. But that set of information is not quite enough to take the selection decision. You have to have another set of information. What are the other? What is the other set of information? Yes. Without that, you can't take a decision. If you go through the information given in the application or CV, and you can gather some more information by asking questions from candidate, you are going to gather information. But all these things come under one set of information category. Equalities and qualities, they are processing. They will tell you how they are generating. But all of these information are generating, you can't take a select. So selection or rejection and decision just only taking or considering these information. You have to have another setup. You are going to check this information again in that information. What is there? Huh? Yes, key qualities and qualities they have to have. Required key qualities and qualifications. What are the required key qualities and qualifications? From where can you get it? Do applicants know the required key qualities and qualifications? No, it is you know. From where you get? JDs and JS. Right? JS, especially key qualities and qualifications. JD, so the task, duty, response. So you must check whether he is able to do these tasks, duty, responsibility. You have to compare. Understand? Then only you can take a selection decision. Understand? So that JDs and JS are very important. If you do not have JDs and JS, can you do selection? So you have to have this information in your head. Understand? You make a wrong decision if you do not know about the required key qualities and qualities. Without knowing the required qualities, how can you do selection? Understand? You will make mistakes. So that understand JDs and JS are so very important. It provides some input to do selection. Okay, is that clear? Right. If you have not prepared JDs and JS, you have to understand the required key qualities and qualifications anyway before making a decision. Understand? Right. The second one is HR plan, unit plan. We discussed about unit plan. How do HR plan relate to selection? My argument is that HR plan is an input. Without that input, you will not be able to write selection. You can do it, but it is not professional. It's not efficient. It is not successful. How do you relate HR plan with selection? It's a must. What is HR plan? What is universal plan? We discussed. What is the short? Yes. Anybody? Can we perform selection function if we do not have human resource plan? No, we can't. We can't perform selection function if we do not have human resource plan. Human resource plan specifies the number and the type of the employees you need. Without knowing the number and the type of the employees you need, can you do selection? Suppose you are going to use the most sophisticated method of selection, but you don't know how many employees you need. You don't know what type of employees you need. Can you do selection? You can't do if you do not know the number and type of selection. Some number of employees, the type of employees you need. For example, recently one of the organizers concluded the selection process function by selecting and hiring 5 candidates for the post of management training. Right, so now they have concluded it. They have shared the high fund management. Now they understand that upon the completion of selection, so they have noticed that understood that they needed not 5, 10. They wanted 5, so 10, but they have selected only 5. Is the selection function a success? No, it is not a success. You have to again start from the beginning. So they needed 10. Understand? So that without understanding the number of employees you need, you can't do selection. Is it 1, 2, 3, 5, 10? And what type of employees? So this can be understand. So from there you can get it. So it's chart planning. Understand? If you don't have a chart plan, anyhow you have to understand the number and the type of employees you need. Understood? Right. Then so third one is recruits. What is the recruit? This part and parcel. If you do not have recruits, you can't do selection function. You never do. What is recruit? Recruit means applicants. Right? You have to have set of applicants. So if you do not have applicants, can you select? No applicant. If you are attracted, can you select? No. Understand? So it is impossible. It is impossible to perform selection function if you do not have this input. So applicants, you have to have set of applications. Understand? Right. So suitably qualified applicants. So another one is performance evaluation. Performance evaluation. We have not discussed performance evaluation yet. Performance evaluation is one of the secondary functions. Many organizations are doing performance evaluation. So we are going to discuss about performance evaluation. If the organization has performed performance evaluation in the past, so we can consider it as an input. So selection is benefited from performance evaluation. Can anybody relate performance evaluation with selection? Anybody? How can we use performance evaluation information to make a right decision in selection? Yes? Anybody? Performance evaluation? We are going to talk about performance evaluation later. What is performance evaluation? What is performance evaluation? Assessing. Yes, so it is all about measuring how well employees are doing their job, to what extent. It's all about identifying, measuring, influencing, developing the extent to which employees are doing their job. So level of excellence and everything. So if the organization has performed performance evaluation, so we can use it as an input. How? Anybody who can relate? How can we use performance evaluation as an input? Yes? Anybody? Yes. How? So if we have so perform performance evaluation, we can use this information in order to check the validity of the selection method. If you are going to use particular method of selection, you have to check the validity of the selection method. If the selection method is not valid, can you select the most appropriate applicant? So you have gathered the most appropriate applicant. You have created a pool of most suitably qualified applicant. But the method you are going to use to select is wrong. Selection method is wrong. Can you select the most appropriate? Suppose that you are going to apply employment test. You are going to apply employment test. But the test is not appropriate. Test is not appropriate to select that category of employee. Okay. So test is not valid. So what is validity? Validity of a test. Validity is the extent to which test measures what it is supposed to measure. If a particular test measures what it is supposed to measure, the test is to be valid. If the test does not measure what it is supposed to measure, the test is not valid. That is validity. Validity is one of the property of a good test, good selection method. Understand? For example, particular organization wants to measure intelligence by conducting a test. So to measure intelligence. But after the test, they have understood that they have measured not the intelligence by the test, but the general knowledge. Test has measured general knowledge. They wanted to measure intelligence. Is that is valid? Test is not valid because this wanted to measure intelligence. Intelligence means different from general knowledge. Right? We want to check the intelligence of applicant. Directly is the performance. But we have measured not the intelligence, but the general knowledge. It will not work. So that test is not valid. Right? From that test, we will not be able to select the most appropriate applicant. So that understand in order to check the validity is all about validity is the extent to which particular test measures what it is supposed to measure. Right? So that there should have a clear relationship, positive relationship. If the test is to be valid, if a particular test or method of selection is to be valid, there should have a clear, statistically significant positive correlation between test results and performance. Once we select and hire, so those applicants, so those employees should be able to perform well. Understand? Those who scored high marks at the test should be performing well. Understand? There should have a clear relationship. If employees that we have selected based on test results are not performing well, so there's no any relationship between test scores and performance. Understand? So the test is not good. So that in order to check the validity of a particular test, so we can use performance review. Suppose that this year we are going to select 5 management assistants. We are going to employ employment test. We are going to apply employment test. By using that test, we want to select 5 management assistants. Right? We don't know whether the test that we are going to use is valid or not. If the test is not valid, we will not be able to select the most appropriate. So that we want to check the validity of our test. We are going to use employment test. We want to check the validity. So one thing that we can do is we can check whether we have used the same test in the past. Suppose that we have used the same test last year. By using the test, we have selected 5 management trainees and now they are working. Almost 1 has gone. Now we can check their performance. So these are the, for example, suppose that these are the 5 employees. Let's say A, B, C, D, E. 5. Okay. So there are test scores. Test scores out of 100. Right? So their test scores were like this: 90, so 88, 85, 80, 75. These are their test scores. For example, for simplicity, I am going. So with simple values. Right now they are working in an organization, already 1 year has gone. We have measured their level of performance. Performance P. So out of 100, out of 100, we have given some evaluation. So their evaluations are like that. Suppose that the evaluations are 70, 75, 80, 82, 85. What can you say? Those are their performance evaluation scores. So my question is whether the test is valid or not. Test is that valid or not? No, it is not. You are correct. Why do you say that the test is not valid? Huh? Yeah, there is a negative correlation between test scores and performance scores. So statistically you can calculate it. So are you aware of Pearson correlation coefficient? Are you aware of Pearson correlation coefficient? R coefficient. So if you use that formula to calculate R coefficient, so definitely you may get negative relation. Okay. So it may have strong negative correlation. So I'm sure that you are aware of that correlation coefficient. So did you have a subject called statistics? Business statistics. So we learn the equation. So then, Pearson correlation. Pearson correlation coefficient is used in order to take whether there is a relationship between two variables, right? So what is the strength of the variable, right? So it may be negative or positive. So your R coefficient may be negative or positive. If it is a negative, there is a negative value. So if you calculate the coefficient, R coefficients, so with these two variables, so definitely you will get a negative correlation. Strong. Right? How do you say so? So what happens if the test scores are going down? So when it goes down 90, 88, 85, 80, 75, your performance evaluations are increasing. Performance evaluation, so information are increasing, values are increasing. When performance evaluation, so values are decreasing from 85, 82, 80, 75, 70, your performance, so your test scores are increasing. Understand? So there is a negative or inverse correlation between these two variables. So if it cannot be understood, suppose that we have rejected F because he had only 30, 70. Understand? There were several other candidates we have rejected because their scores were less than 75. So for example, F 70. So if F F has been selected and higher, what could be the performance according to this information? It may be less than 85 or more than 85. More than 85. But we have rejected. We have rejected. Understand? If that is valid, that is not valid. Understand? So you need not to calculate R coefficient to understand this. Just looking at these figures casually, you will be able to say something. Right. How about this one? How about this one? Is this test valid or invalid? Is the test valid or invalid? More or less, it is. It's valid. It is valid. Understand? Right. So what happens generally? So when the test scores are going down, your performance evaluation scores also going down, except one point. Right. So if you are confused, so you can calculate statistically. So I'm sure that if you calculate statistically, you are getting positive correlation. Understand? Right. So I'm not going to ask you to calculate so R coefficient of Pearson product movement correlation, but we should be able to interpret it. Understand? Interpretation is very important. Understand? So you can use so that performance evaluation is an input in order to check the validity. In order to check the validity of a particular measure, not only employment test, whatever that, so you have to check the validity whether it is valid or not. If it is not valid, do not use it. You will not be able to select the right person. So although you have attracted most suitably qualified applicants, you can't get the most appropriate by using that method in the study song. Understand? Right. So these are the four inputs of selection. These are the four inputs. Is that clear? Online participants. We were discussing about inputs of selection. There were four type of inputs. And in the lecture, I will call you that. And in the lecture, I will call you the parents. Right. Besides that, there are four requirements of selection. There are four requirements. So you have to have these requirements in order to make selection functions properly, efficiently, effective. Four requirements. Okay, one is book selection ratio. You have to have book selection ratio. What is selection ratio? What is selection ratio? Yes. You are very good at so calculating ratios. Huh? I'm sure that in finance there are many ratios you are calculating. We are talking about selection ratio. What is selection ratio? Selection ratio. Selection ratio. What is that? Yes. Selection ratio is the relationship between number of applicants attracted to the number of applicants selected. So if you divide number of applicants selected by the number of applicants, so recruited or so attracted. So you get selection ratio. Selection ratio is the relationship between number of applicants attracted or recruited to the number of applicants selected. How many applicants you selected from the so number of applicants you have attracted. So you get selection ratio. Right. We are talking about good selection ratio. Your selection ratio should be good. What is the good selection ratio? Your selection ratio may be smaller or your selection ratio may be larger. Which is better? Larger the better or smaller the better? Selection ratio. In order to be good, larger the better or smaller the better? Larger. Larger. Shall we check it? Shall we take some scenarios? Right. Number of so applicants. So let's say that recruited. Number of applicants selected. Selection ratio. Okay. Right. Scenario one, case one. Number of applicants. So you wanted to select five. You have attracted only five. Recruited five. You wanted to select, there are 5 vacancies. You wanted to select 5, but you have attracted only 5. Right? Then what is your selection ratio? 5 upon 5. That means 1. As a percentage, 100%. Everybody is selected. Nobody wants to be better than anyone else to be selected. Everybody is selected. Is there any choice for the organization? Is there any choice? No choice. Everybody has to be selected. Okay. So the selection ratio is 1. So take another scenario. So the organization wants to select 5, but have attracted 10. 10 recruited. So 5 selected. What is your selection ratio? 5 upon 10. What is the ratio? 0.5. Then as a percentage, 50%. So when compared with the other, so which scenario is better than the other? If you look at from the perspective of organization. First or second one. Because organization choice needed 5, attracted 10. So that one has to be bigger than another in order to be selected. If one is to be selected, he or she should be better than one another. Understand? Right. So that what is the selection ratio of the second one? What is the selection ratio of the second one? 0.5. What is the selection ratio of the first one? 1. Which is large, which is smaller. Which is large, which is smaller. Huh? First one and second one. Second one is smaller. The second one is so better. Right, so that is smaller is better. So if it is not clear, shall we take another scenario? Third one. So we need 5. We have attracted 50. We have attracted 50. So what is the selection ratio? 5 divided by 50. 5 divided by 50. Understand? So what is the ratio? 0.1. So 10%. Tell me. Tell me. Which one is better? If you look at from the perspective of organizing. This scenario, first, second, third. Third one. Are you there? Is that clear? If you look at from the perspective of organization, third case is the better. Because organization has many choices. So need not 5. There are 10, sorry, there are 50 applicants. So that we have many choices. One has to be better than 9 others to be selected. Okay. Our number is 100. Understand? So that organization has many choices. Right. So we calculate selection ratio is 0.1. 0.1. That is the smallest selection ratio in subject all these three. Understand? So our conclusion is that is better. Smaller the better. Smaller the better. Right. The smaller the better. Right. Good selection ratio is smaller. Good selectors. Good selector. So good selector is another requirement. You have to have good selector. You have attracted suitably qualified applicants. You have a large pool of suitably qualified applicants. But your selectors are wrong. Your selectors are wrong. If selectors are wrong, can you do selection professionally? If selectors are having some contaminated objectives, they don't want to do selection objectively. What they want to do is to select the people they need. So they need that they select people based on their personal relations. Is it professional? Will it be successful? No, it may not be scientific. Understand? So you have to have good selectors. So what is the good selectors? They should have the ability to take decisions objectively. Understand? In case of managerial selections, who should be the selectors? So suppose that we are going to appoint the panel of interviewers. Who should be the interviewers in the panel? In case of managerial selection. Top level manager, especially CEO or managing director, at least one of them. Right? Then go together. Go together. So should have certain managerial level employees in case of managerial selection. CEO, general manager. There are two more who should sit along the others. One is HR managers. Definitely HR manager should be there and HOD. HOD. Right. So we have the job vacancy because HOD is the manager who knows best about the required key politics and qualifications of the right? So besides that, you can select some more senior managers. If you are going to select some more senior managers, is it okay to select anybody as a member of the panel? Can you select? Are you going to select anybody, any manager as the member of the board? So are you going to look for some of the qualities they have? So they hope to have some special qualities, like traits. What are the qualities that you are going to look for? So I'm not going to select any manager. What are the others? So whether these characteristics are not with general manager, CEO, HR manager, you have selected. Definitely. You have selected. Right? So yeah, you do not, you have selected. So that is the way. But if you are going to select some more manager, so you can click whether we have the required qualities. What are the qualities that you are going to look for? Okay. So is it okay to select some young managers as members of the panel? Young managers is not that good, especially for management selection. They have to be maturity. it should be experience, right? So because if you do not have so mature so we have experience, so you can think of young managers. But if they are female managers, they can think of them. So how about their character? Is it matter to be considered or not? Their personal character. Is it a matter? Yes, it is a matter because you want to convince that decision because these are very sensitive decisions that you have to take. So that in order to convey the decision to the others, so the selector should have good person character. So what do you by character? Character is the moral excellence, morality. Aggregate of all moral qualities. If they have some, so contaminated, I mean, character, so it is not good because you will not be able to justify the reason that you are taking. You will not be able to convey. And so that person character is very important. Understand person character consists of the virtues and vice of the they don't have they should have maximized virtue, they should have minimized vice, they should not have vice. Understand? But this is a factor that becomes it. What is? Their maturity is a factor. Is participate in selection, it's a matter, right? So in case of non-managerial selections, the same board may be good, but the problem is normally we know that CEO, general manager, they are busy people, so you will not be able to get their service to select for non-managerial. So that in that case, if they are so busy, so HR manager can get the scheme. Understand? Right. Then what is a good ethical standard? You have to have good ethical standard if you want to do selection scientifically. If you don't have good ethical standard, or you don't have good ethical standard in order to right people. So there will be many influences coming from so the other parties in your political decision, especially from politicians. There will be some influences coming from their relative, like your friends, senior managers, other managers, other influence, there will be influence. So if you are going to so here, you will not be able to do selection. Understand? So that you have to have ethical standard. So for example, so no canvassing, no canvassing. So that you will be able to, otherwise you can't do it. So you have to have good ethical standard, otherwise you may not be able to do that. Finally, good budget. This is very, very important. All the things depends on the budget you have. If you do not have enough budget, you will not be able to select, use some of the sophisticated method of selection. Understand? You have to have a sound in terms of provisions for selection. Of course, it is not a selection is not a cost, it is an investment. Although it is a good investment, you have to have money. Right? So for example, I told you that assessment center is the method which has the highest validity. But the problem is it's very costly. Right? If you do not have enough funds for selection, you can't use assessment center. Understand? So it decide or determine the method of selections you can use. So these are the 4 requirements. Now we can connect requirements and selection with inputs and requirement selection. The success of selection depends on the input you have. Success of selection depends on requirements you have. Right? Both decide to determine the level of the success selection. Once on the other hand, selection decide to determine the success of some more functions. Like hiring, the success of hiring depends on selection. The success of induction depends on selection. If you make the wrong selection, so your induction cost may be high. That's cost may be high. The other hand, paying cost may be high. Understand? Right. So that we can connect selection with the other functions too. Sorry. Right, so these are the basic that I wanted to discuss before we are going to discuss selection method. So how do you feel now? Huh? Feel tired? Disgusted? Fed up with? Fed up with HR? Fed up with life? Career is wondering? Career is wondering? Aiming? Okay. Sooner the better, right? Thank you. So did you get clear? So what's called 5. I can 5. I could take 5. Okay. Shall we meet 6:30? Shall we meet again 6:30? Okay. Huh? That's it now. Like you are in party today? No, today? Of course, I want to say goodbye. It's like immediately party. We have put no. He's my he's with my studies. I studies. Okay. Okay, come. Okay, shall we start? Sharmika? Right, okay, next we are going to talk about selection method. So this is the essence of our discussion. Selection method. There are many methods of selection. There are many methods. There are sophisticated method, new method, all method, widely used method, many methods. We are going to discuss some of the widely methods of selection. The first one is application evaluation. Application evaluation. Application evaluation can be considered as a method of selection. In selection, you have to check the suitability of applicants. Whatever the method you use, you check the suitability, acceptability. So you can use the information given in the application to check the acceptability or suitability of the applicant. However, exclusive use of application method is not recommended because there are several disadvantages of application evaluation. There are some demerits, bottlenecks. So as there are many merits or advantages of application evaluation, you can use it along with some other method. Especially as the for the screening method, you can use application. In order to reduce, there are many applicants who have applied for particular job. So in order to reduce the number of applicants to a manageable level, you can use application evaluation. Understand? So what is application evaluation? It's all about check the suitability of applicants by using the information given in the application. So you have to go to the application and having gone through, you have to decide the acceptability. There are many applications, many information you can get from the application. So there are very simple and there are many other advantages of application evaluation. What are the advantages that you can get? As there are several advantages or merits, you can use application evaluation as method of evaluation to check the suitability. There are several advantages or other methods. You can't find these advantages in other methods. What are the advantages you find? Yes. How about the cost? Is it costly or less costly? It's costly. It doesn't cost anything. So little time is spent on getting information. It's less costly when compared to the other. Right? Does not cost. How about time consuming? Does it take time more? Less time. Less time. Right? In a short period of time, you will be able to do it. Less time consuming. Less costly. What else? There are some special advantages. Unique advantages that you cannot get from the other method. What are they? Accuracy. Accuracy. What can you say about the accuracy of the information? So it is somewhat questionable. Sometimes there will be some false information given. You have to cross check, verify it. Right? So yeah. Applicant is legally bound. Applicant is legally bound because he is sending it black and white. Think. So this is signature. So saying that the information furnished accurate to the rest of his knowledge. Yes, legally bound. But there are many pitfalls in our legal system. Yes, but there are some special advantages of application evaluation. What are they? If you want to check the suitability in terms of eligibility of writing, organization, information, etc., so you can use the application. Sometimes there are some jobs for which handwriting is also important, eligibility of writing. So you can check. So if you can ask applicants to make the application by themselves in their own handwriting, so you can check it. And organize information, etc., you can use it. So that is one of the additional advantages. You can check the eligibility of writings. Understand? So what else? There are some more. You can use the same application for subsequent selection method. For example, after this application, you are going to conduct an interview. In order to conduct an interview, you can use the information of the application as a basis. Based on that, you are going to further investigate. Understand? You can use it. On the other hand, once applicants are selected and hired, you have to open a special file on each and every new hired employees. What is the special file? Person file. In order to prepare person file, you have to have some document. You have to input some documents. One of the basic document is the application or CV by application. So that you can do the same application to prepare person file. Understand? Okay, so likewise, there are several advantages. As there are several advantages, you can use it as a method of selection. Okay, so easy to compare job candidates' qualifications and other requirements, especially so very easily without with the fraction of a second, you can decide whether applicants are having required qualifications or not. So by going through the application, especially if the application is company design application. So you can decide whether the candidates are having the required qualifications. So within very small period of time, within a fraction of a second you can. On the other hand, you can compare so applicants. So if you use this method, especially if you use company design application, the application is designed by the company. So you can gather information in uniform way, the same way. Understand? Right. So that it's very easy to compare. Very easy to compare compared to the other. So within a short period of time, you can compare. You can check whether they have a eligibility so criteria, they meet eligibility criteria or not. Quick way of checking whether applicant possesses minimum requirement. So a good method of assessing eligibility of writing, organizing information, etc. Serves as a guideline in subsequent interview for preparing personal files you can use. But there are several disadvantages. As there are several disadvantages, do not use this as one and only method exclusively. So use this application along with some other way. Use this one as a pre-screening method. Right, what are the disadvantages of application evaluation? Sometimes application evaluation is better than unstructured interview. There are many types of interviews. One is unstructured interview. So this is better than, according to some studies, according to some research, application evaluation is valid. So then unstructured interview. Not structured, unstructured interview. Okay. So that you can use this one. So many are using, but not exclusively. So there are several disadvantages too. What are disadvantages? What are the disadvantages? Application evaluation. Can you check the suitability of applicants in terms of their appearance? Can you check the suitability? No. Can you check the suitability in terms of their self-interest? No. Can you check the suitability of applicants in terms of their language proficiency? No. Can you check the suitability of applicants in terms of their communication skills? Can you check the suitability of applicants in terms of their personality? No, difficult. But these things are very important. It's a common fact that no one should be selected and hired without being person. Understand? No, so you have to also see the person, 3%. That can be common fact. So you can't check the suitability in terms of self-interest, appearance, so personality, and skills, communication skills, etc. So this is one of the problem. What else? There are some If the organization is preparing the application, the organization designs the application, do you think that preparing the application? So you have to prepare different type of application for different categories of employee, not the same one. So there are many categories of employee. Managerial employee, non-managerial employee, professional employees, technical employees, factory employees, there are many. So one type of application fit all. You have to have different types of application. At least for managerial one, non-managerial one. That's why they're preparing different types of application. Understand? Right. So likewise, there are several disadvantages. So that do not use this method exclusively. Use this one with the others. So criteria such as verbal ability, visible interest, visible health, appearance, close communication cannot be measured. Difficult task to prepare good application form that asks right questions. So direct face-to-face meeting will not occur between the applicant and the organization. So that it is not good because it is a common practice to have the person in person, right? Without looking at the person in person, do not take a selection or rejection decision. But as there are several disadvantages, use this method along with the other methods. Okay, the next one is interview method. So you can conduct an interview to check the suitability of applicant. It is the widely used method, most popular method. Even in other countries, it is widely used method. Although this is the widely used method, this is not the method which has the highest validity. In terms of validity, interview is not the method which has the highest validity. But this is used because there are many advantages. Understand? In terms of validity, the best method is assessment center. We have to talk about it. Assessment center has the highest validity. If you use assessment center, you can select the most appropriate applicant. It is 68% confidence. There is the possibility of getting the right person. The percentage of 68. So, the 30% of getting the wrong person. Right. So if you use interview method, so validity is not that much. Understand? Right. What is the interview? It is a face-to-face oral and observation method of evaluation. You can conduct face-to-face oral and observation method of evaluation to check the suitability of applicant. Understand? So there are two broad questions that we want to find answer by using interview or any other method. There are two broad questions. So first of all, you try to get information with answers to these two broad questions. One is, can the applicant do the job? At the time of the interview, you have to get an answer to this question. Can the applicant do the job? Right. So what should be the answer if one is to be selected? There are two answers. Can the applicant do the job? Yes or no? Answer may be yes or no. What should be the answer if you want to select one? Answer will be definitely yes. If the answer is no, it's not selected. Answer will be yes. If the answer is yes, then the second question. How does this particular applicant compare with the others? How does this particular applicant compare with the others? What is the answer you want to have if one wants to be selected? What is the definite answer? Yes. How does this applicant compare with the others who have applied for the job? Yes. This applicant is better than others, this applicant is not better than others. What is the answer you want? The answer should be, so the applicant is better than others, compared with the others. And then only to select. Okay, so there are many advantages of application. So there are many things that we have to discuss in interviews. So first we will discuss the advantages of interview. What are the advantages of interview? To conduct face-to-face, oral and observation method of evaluation, there are many advantages over other methods. What are they? What are the advantages? Yes? Huh? Yes, we can check the suitability in terms of communication skills. Right. So language proficiency. Yes, personality. We can check the suitability in terms of visible health. Visible interest. Understand? So these things are very, very important. So you will not be able to check the suitability by using the other method. Right? You can use this method. What are the others? What are the others? There are some more advantages. There are many advantages in other methods in interview method. So that's why it's so popular. What are the others? Another advantage is that you can use interview for any category of applicant for any job. But you can't use the other method for any category of employees applicant. For example, can you use application evaluation for the category of applicants who are illiterate, who cannot read and write? There are some applicants who can read and write. If you go with state sector, so you'll be able to read and write. Now, if they cannot read and write, can you prepare the application? Although they can prepare, it's good to evaluate based on that. No, there are many. So that you can't use application evaluation for some category of applicants who cannot read and write illiterate. But info can talk so that you can conduct interview. So interview method can be used for any category of employee because everybody can talk. Understand? So that is additional advantage you can use. So interview method for any category of applicants. Okay, what are the others? There are some more. There are some more. Another advantage is that so interview is a two-way communication, not one-way. It's a two-way communication. There are two flows of information. One flow is from the applicants to the organization. On the other hand, from the organization to the applicant. Not only the organization, the applicant also needs some information regarding the job and the organization to take the decision whether he is going to do it or not. Merely because he has present in the interview, it doesn't mean that he likes to join the organization. Like he has some intellect, but he needs some more information to take that decision. So that's why he has come for the interview. So he needs some information so that you have to provide that information in order to take that decision. Understand? So that you have to give the right decision, the right information for the candidate to take that decision. So that this is a very good opportunity for you to make a clear picture of the job. You have to make a clear picture of the job. Do not give wrong information. Right? Be genuine. Right? Do not say the importance of the job, the organization. If you present the job to the candidate, so you have to face to negative consequences. Right? So you may recruit, you may select wrong person. So that if you misinterpret the information, so what happened is the applicant who applied for the job may be faced to real shock once he is selected and hired. Right? So that you have to make a clear picture of the job, make a clear picture of the job. Understand? So do not exaggerate the importance of the job. Do not overemphasize it. Understand? Do not inflate the job. So this is some HR managers and other managers are doing in order to attract, they overemphasize the importance of the job in their organization. They do not give the real information. It's wrong. So they so that once they selected and hired, they will not stay in the organization. Because you are going to make the job more attractive rather than the interview. That is wrong. So you have to provide the genuine information, real information. Understand? Right. So what are the other advantages? There are some more. Yes. Right. So use some understand. So opportunity for you to get clarifications for some what is called questionable responses. There is some questionable responses. So these are good chance for you to get those things clarified. Understand? Right. So you can cross-check the information. Use interview with the opportunity to evaluate can in terms of self-presentation, verbal abilities, manners, social ability. Between information gap and able to clarify question by responses can be adapted to various type of employees, allow two-way communication. Less costly for many organizations. Do not use elaborate or expensive selection process. That interview human judgment may be better than so objective method of evaluation in case of some other organization. Some of the selectors may have wealth of experience in selecting, so that they can utilize their human judgment because it may be better than other. Okay, some kind of very good. But however, there are several disadvantages of interview. So that better we use this method along with some other method. At least it is version of interview. Understand? So there are some disadvantages. What are the disadvantages you find? What are the disadvantages of interview method? There are several. We are already discussing in the of study. There are many disadvantages. One is that so the problem associated with the interviewer. So you have attracted suitably qualified applicants, but interviewers are wrong. Interviewers are making some mistakes. There are many problems associated with the interviewer. For example, halo effect, the problem with the interviewer, and the interviewers take some reasons based on the knowledge they have on computer sciences. Some interviews use the knowledge on computer science. What is by computer science? Computer science. There are many computer science in many societies. In Sri Lanka, we are also having many computer science. We take some reasons based on those computer science. What is the computer science? Computer science and non-sciences. Mix. So there are many non-sciences. We use to take reasons in our personal life and professional life. What are these? What are these computer sciences? Non-science. One is astrology. Astrology is not a science. It is a computer science. But we believe in astrology. Many. We make decisions based on astrology. If you want to do any important things, we try to find the auspicious time. Right? If you want to start so some important task or work or any business, we try to get our horoscope right. Whether there are any benefits in our horoscope. Understand? Right. However, astrology is not a science, it is a non-science, but many people believe they take decision based on astrology. What happens if you are going for an interview? What happens if the board of interviews asks you to bring your horoscope? I will take it. So it's not. So that what you can do is because some of the if selectors bring the knowledge of astrology to take the decision of selection of election. So that the exam interview is it fair? Is it justified? No. So another science is another non-science we use is it's called physiognomy. Physiognomy is not a science; it is a non-science. Physiognomy is what is called in signal we call it Angalakshana Shastra. Based on the features, especially of the face and the body, he takes some decision. According to physiognomy, do not get offended with me. According to physiognomy, those who have got broad forehead, basically forehead is considered as a criminal. Is it justified? Battery physiognomy kanno battery hospital hierarchy number clinic को साधन साफ रहा But do not worry, it is a non-science. Do not worry. It's a pseudo-science. Right. What happens if computer science? There is some evaluators, interviewers are having the knowledge of computer science, they take based on the knowledge of computer science. So what happens if one who is with the short point comes to the interview? No sooner he comes rejected, he is a criminal. Is it justifiable? Not justifiable. Right? So some believes in farm estate. Farm estate is not a science. But it is a non-science. But many Sri Lankans believe in farmers. Also, make them go to farm breed. There are some farm breeders. What happens if evaluators ask you to scratch your head at the time of the interview? During your farm? What will happen? This is embarrassing. Understand? It's not good. Understand? So that things happen. So that what I ask you to do is, so they may have their belief. So we are not against it. So we can't undermine it. But they may have their faith belief, doesn't matter. But do not allow them to bring the knowledge they have to take a decision about selection or rejection at the time of the interview. They may have, you can give your knowledge, it is okay, it's your belief. So, but do not allow them to take the knowledge. Preferably another, preferably Attack based on your interest, something can be said about you, especially your character. Based on your signature, so something can be about you. Based on your signature, some people are smart of reading your signature. I will not be able to say anything, although I look at your signature, but I can tell the names of some candidates, some students, by their signature. Signature is number against law. So another is also a few some legal conflict in giving understand, but it is through the sign, it's not the sign. So that is one of the disadvantages. And another disadvantage is problems associated with the interviewee. Interviewee also make mistake. Right? Due to the mistake made by the interviewee, you will not be able to take a good judgment. For example, some interviewees give socially desirable answers. Not too important, but socially desirable answer. The answer expected to give. Right? So in their personal life, they are not so disciplined, but at the time of the interview, they show that they are so disciplined. The interview will not be able to guess. Understand? So, and there will be some problems associated with the method of the interview. Poor planning, right? Poor place, right? Poor timing. You have asked interviews to come at 6 a.m. in the morning. Is it a good sign? 6 a.m. No. How about 6 p.m.? Is it good? No. It's too late. So we have to find the time which is convenient both interviews and interviews. Understand? Right. Poor place. You have arranged interview on the corridor of the main building. Is it a good place? No. The place to protect the privacy of both. So likewise, there are many errors associated with the method of interview. Okay, so we will discuss these things later. So, shall we wind up our session? Right, so these are quite good sessions. We will depend on one later. Okay. Right,
Excuse me, sir.
For the completion of election, we are going to take exam test on not of the same day. So week after next, we will be able to do it. Okay, so it is online, we have to take the class.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I correct you.
Sir, can you please explain about the assignment and also quiz date, because now we will be having like 2 weeks, and also
Okay, so
presentation.
everyone give me 1 more minute. So this is regarding the assignment. You all are supposed to do an assignment. It should be a group assignment. Maximum number per group is 5. So in that, in order to do that assignment, you have to select an organization that you have got the access to HR manager. You can select the organization where you are working. Sometimes you are reluctant to reveal the name of your organization. It is okay. You can cover the name by using some labels, ABC. It doesn't matter. Right? Anyway, you should have the access to HR manager. You have to have a discussion with the HR manager. Having discussed, you have to uncover. You have to find the HR related problem. So no worries, almost all the problems are HR related problems. More than 75 problems are HR related problems. You have to select only one problem, or you can select several problems. So then analyze the problem. Analyze the problem. What are the root cause of the problem? And what are the other cause? You can use the knowledge you have got from the other subject to analyze the problem. For example, you can use your statistics knowledge. So for example, you can use Ishikawa analysis or fishbone analysis to find root cause and the other causes. If you have knowledge, if you do not have, no worries. You can use the knowledge of HRM to analyze the problem. So then, so you have to check whether the organization has tried to find solutions to the problem. So if the organization has tried to find solution, why the problem has not been solved yet? There should have reason. So finally, you have to come up with your suggestion. How do you solve the problem? What are your suggestions? Understand? So this is what you are supposed to do in nutshell. when it comes to writing part, you have to start giving some account of the organization, mission, goals, objectives, nature, etc., financial stability, and so on. Then you have to talk about the HRM functions performed by the organization. Theoretically, we have discussing these functions. I don't know whether these functions are performed. So the organization, as we discussed. So what are the functions they are performing? So you have to discuss. Then start discussing the problem. Understand? So you have to present the report, submit a report, then plus the presentation. So you are supposed to make the presentation on the study you are doing. So each and every member of the group should present to the class. Okay. So you are assessed based on the quality of your presentation plus the quality of the report. What matters is not the quantity but the quality. The number of pages should be. I will upload the write-up for the assignments, so you can go through it, right? So you have to maintain academic writing style. Number of pages should be around 8. Okay, right. So if you need any more information, you can ask at any time when you are going to meet. So I will set the deadline.
The deadline.
Not yet. I am going to take the presentation on the last date of our session, right? Presentation. Okay, so that because you have to cover so sufficient number of functions to do the assignment. Okay, now you can start thinking of selecting an organization and doing. Huh?
And sir, will there be any additional quiz?
2 days? No. 2 days? Also, we have this. So we are going to have some makeup session. Okay, normally. So were you informed about when is your examination?
It was originally planned to have the exam at the end of July, sir. But
Oh.
we are not informed yet about the new plan.
That's, I will contact them. I thought that we should have nearly 4 more sessions, sir, 5. We have to spend 1 more session on selection and 4 more sessions for discussing 2 big sessions. So performance evaluation and training and development. So I am going to manage it with 3 sessions and final day for presentation. Okay. Anyhow, so we have to face, I don't know, so you are asking only on weekend, no? I don't know whether there will be some cancellations on it, so that we be able to attend some. Are there any cancellations? Evening days. From 1 o'clock. Again, you will not be able to, you may not be happy to conduct that session in the evening. It's a short notice. Yes, the other I have not discussed it, so from week after this, I will consider some. That is some decisions. But there are cancellations except Saturday morning and meeting. Okay. You are coming only. Okay, now I think there will be some extensions, so normally we have this session. And the quiz, yes. You are going to have MCQ 15 MCQ to, I mean, the answer within 20 minutes. So I'm sure that we can do that. So I'm going to ask question from the area that we have already covered. So question will be get the session selection. Not next day. Not next week. Next week we have to spend the whole day for discussing the session. So week after next. It's not a big deal. So anyhow, so you have to, because these are restricted subjects, so that you can't play 1 day game. So with the test match. Takes several days, so let's start now itself going through lecture note. Right, so all the answers are in your lecture note. Right, for the question that I am going to go on. Right, with that, I want to conclude today's session. Online participants, are you aware? So is it okay? Have got any question?
Yes, sir, but the quiz part we didn't hear clearly. What will be the quiz like what are the area that will be covered through quiz and the dates?
Yes, yes. Wait a minute. So students are leaving. Okay, you may go. So wait out students who physically attend are leaving. Otherwise they are some.
Okay, okay.
The AC remote, huh? AC remote. Control. No. Fine, sir. I think the security. No problem, sir. Okay, yeah, the security might.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Next.
see you. Okay, take care. Right, students, how can I help you?
No, sir, regarding the quiz, we couldn't hear.
All right, you are going to have a quiz, which is to be taken at the time of the class. So lecture. So I am planning to have that quiz. So in the week after next. So then you may get MCQ questions not less than 15. So it will be around 15. So you may get 20 minutes to answer for the questions. So it has to be taken online. So question paper will be uploaded to the LMS. You have to take the quiz at the time specified. So, so I think you will be able to access to the LMS now. You have the access to LMS.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have.
Right,
We
so
do
there's
have
no
access.
worries. Even the physical students who are attending physical class are supposed to take the test so online. So I'm here, I'm serving so that no worries. It will not be that difficult because we have discussed everything in the class. So I am going to ask questions covering all the sessions up to selection. So you have to get ready. Okay,
Okay.
multiple choice questions, you may get four answers. You have to select the right answer.
Okay.
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 Right,
Thank you,
right.
sir.
For the final examination, you are getting 15 marks for that quiz.
Okay.
15 marks,
Okay, sir.
15
Thank
marks.
you.
Right. Is that clear? Okay.
Sir, one more question, sir, from my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Sir, our team is having 6 members. You said 5. Is that okay, sir?
Right. Any reason for having 6 members?
Sir,
Sir,
we have.
Yes,
Already
sir.
formed. You have
No,
already
most
formed
of
your
the
team.
team. No, sir. Most of the team having different numbers. Like our team also, we also having 6 numbers, but there are some team having 7 numbers. Likewise, it's not every teams. It's not fixed numbers, sir. It will change.
Right. Okay. No worries. So it is not a big deal. So it may be 6. So I'm happy if you can limit the number also to 6 members at most. So however, so depending on the number, so you have to maintain the quality of your presentation plus report. So when it comes to presentation, I expect that every member so may present. There should not have free riders because I am going to evaluate based on I am going to give the same evaluation for each and every member. So group evaluation. So that
Yeah.
may be unfair for some of the students if some of the students will not cooperate with the others. So
No, it's
that
okay, sir, because other subject also when we are doing the presentation, every member, they all are participating for the presentation.
right. Then if you can make an assurance, so it is okay. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. Any other questions?
So how the classes are going to be, sir? Today 2 more weeks, right? I think on the
Yes. No, student also said that there are 2 more weeks, but normally what we do is we are getting some extensions because for this batch even we missed several sessions due to public holidays and others. So that we are going to have some makeup sessions. Anyway, you are free only on Saturdays and Sundays, no?
Yes, sir.
Depends. I mean,
Right. Anyway, so we have to have at least 2 more so makeup sessions. So I will discuss with your office and let you know. So the last day of our session is the day for presentation. So you can do it online. So others have to do it here. So in your case, you can make it online and we can have a time, especially for your presentation. If it is online, we can have it anytime.
The thing is, because there are some teams like hybrid teams, like in our team, we have 2 members in a physical class and 4 from online, and there are some similar teams. They'll have
I
some
guess so. Right. In that case, we
members
have
are
to,
from.
we have to take it, so on the same day, no? Same
Yes,
time.
sir. Yes, sir. If you could
Right. So
inform
I
me.
will have the number of students in this batch. How many students are there?
Initially, I think, sir, it was like 60 or something, but now it reduced to 40 or
Your
some.
signature form says that there are 47.
Yeah.
that is physical class. The online participants maybe around 15 to
10 to
20. There
12.
are 15 around online participants are there.
Yeah.
I could not get the number.
Around 15 numbers of online participants are there, sir.
15.
Around, sir.
15. Right. If it is 15, we are having nearly 60. So if it is 60, so there are at least 12 groups.
Roughly, I
So
think
we
11
need
groups, sir.
11 groups.
Yeah.
And if it is 11, we
roughly.
need more time for presentations. So we will not be able to do it in a day.
Normally, other
So because-
subjects also we do, sir, like limit to 15 to 20 minutes.
Right.
The other
So if you
subjects also
limit
we
it
were
to
able to
15 minutes,
cover.
can we do it, no? Within 3 hours, we have to do it, no?
Yeah.
So per hour, if it is 15 minutes, we can do 4 presentations. 4 into 3, 12, no? We can manage it, barely manage, no?
Yeah, because other subject also we have
We'll
followed
do
the
it,
same.
yes, we'll do it in a day. Otherwise, it creates some problems too. So, right, anyway, we will keep the last day of our series of sessions for presentations. I will let you know in advance.
Yes, sir, it will be
Okay.
great, sir, because now what happened is for the students logging from the Gulf country, they will be not be able to attend classes by every day because Saturday is working day for them.
That's so.
Yeah. Therefore, if you could inform then in advance, then they can ready.
Right. I will contact your office, Miss Jennifer, and let you know our plan.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right. Tomorrow will be a holiday for Miss Jennifer. I will be able to contact on Monday also holiday. So I will contact on Tuesday and I will ask her to inform you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Any other queries?
Thank you, sir. That's
Any
all.
other-
If you can upload the group assignments to the LMS, that's better, sir.
All right. I will upload it. No worries.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So how about your feeling about the series of sessions we are conducting? Is it
It's-
okay?
Yeah, it's good, sir, actually, because the main issue with the infrastructure issues because what we had with the previous lectures also is the same, sir, because sometimes like we are not here properly and also board is not we cannot see board also properly. Like us, there are some basic issues that we are having. It's not with the lecturer, sir, it's with the like infrastructure issues, basic issues.
Right. I will convey your ideas to Ms. Jennifer. For that, they can take some actions for next batches even. No, this is the first time that I had a hybrid system. For my
Yes, I
lectures.
think so. This is the first batch.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your comments. your suggestions. So we are going to meet next Saturday too. Okay? Then I am
Okay, thank
leaving.
you very much, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. I am leaving. Okay, have a nice day.
Good day, sir. Bye.
Bye. Good night.